welcome to Alex Rocks. I'm Suzi Q and Dhol, and we are coming from the very great Esplanade Hotel again.
Hi, I'm Marquis, and yeah, the Espy in St Kilda. What an amazing venue, beautiful old hotel, built in the 1870s. Tonight on Alex Rocks, I'll be talking to Dirt River Radio and River of Snakes.
Later on this show, I'm going to be catching up with Jack Howard from Hunters and Collectors, who's also got his own new bands, which we'll talk about. But right now, we're crossing to Heath Brady from Dirt River Radio with Marquis.
I'm here with Heath from Dirt River Radio. How are you going?
Good, man.
Excellent, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on Alex Rocks. Yeah, look, you know, how's it been going with you guys during the whole lockdown and all the restrictions? Yeah.
Probably like most people, we just, you know, we all live a fair distance apart, so we're just trying to stay in touch on the phone and trying to keep each other motivated with writing stuff. And
do you guys, I mean, after the fourth album, what just released really well at the end of last year, you guys would have been, I imagine, ready to lock in some shows in Europe?
Yeah, and we're primed to really, because ideally what you want to do is you want to make sure you can go back every year. And the last 3 albums, we've had to have a year off the European trip in between, so we've gone every second year.
Yeah.
But I mean, 2 years is still, you know, to get an album written, get it produced well, get the machine up and running, and get the tours booked, and then get over and play. It's, you know, 2 years. It's a lot. We did, you know, four albums in 3 years here, which, you know, was probably the most prolific period that we've had. But you know, it's kind of the most natural thing in the world where you find a good bunch of people to play with.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So I mean, how long you guys been together from, you know, all up?
Alex, Rowland and I met in the sort of the Croydon Ringwood all ages scene in the mid '90s.
Yep. Okay.
So about 26 years or so we've been working together.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
And he came in and he started rehearsing with an original band that I was in, playing bass, and those guys actually fired him for joining Bug Dust.
Okay.
You can't be in more than one band. And it was, you know, water under the bridge now, obviously, but you just kind of know, hey, I should be playing music with you, you know. You've
put something together. Video-wise.
I did. That's why I'm talking gibberish. I've just done a 72-hour bender to get this thing edited together.
Dirt River Radio video, brand new.
Yeah.
Never
premiere.
been seen. Premiere.
A premiere.
First time ever
the
on
Boys
Alex
in the
Rocks.
Public Bar. It's a 10-year-old song, but it's one I'm proud of having written. It's
cool.
It's kind of an interesting sort of gender politics kind of angle. I think my life has been so happy for the last sort of decade. I can't write sad love songs and stuff anymore because I'm in too good a place, and I tend to do a bit of social narrative instead and write about the world because that's the source of most stress.
Sounds good. You want to sling it out there. What have we got coming up?
Boys in the Public Bar by Dirt River Radio from the Beer Bottle Poetry album, and I hope you enjoy some live footage I've cut together. My eyes are completely bloodshot because I've been working on this silly little screen. But enjoy.
Heath, thanks for coming in to Alex Rocks.
Thanks for having me.
Dirt River Radio.
Good on ya. Blah, 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 something about football. Blah, 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 something about beer.
Some bloke punched his girlfriend in front of my mate in a bar full of locals not far from here. Defender of justice, my mate stepped on in. Nobody helped while the bloke put him in hospital. It's a true story. Sometimes I doubt if we're truly evolving. Some places I've been, folks too cool to change. Young men overwhelmed by their pickled emotions, dislocated, suppressed, and too cool for change. And the boys in the public bar say, Something about football. Blah, 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 blah. Something about beer. Blah, 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 blah. They laugh so loudly, so the women can't tell that they're riddled with fear. Now all the yobbos are disguised as metros, and all the metros pretend to be gay. And then there's some gays that pretend to be yobbos. I guess that sex is just fashion these days, and the boys in the public bar say blah, 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 something about football. Blah, 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 something about beer. Blah, 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 they laugh so loudly, so the women can't tell that they're riddled with fear. So the women can't tell that they're riddled with fear. Sure as his heroes rebels, surely is night for his day. Well, he sinks too much piss and he talks with his fist, and right now he's got a shitload to say. And the boys in the public bar say, yeah, blah, 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 something about football. Blah, 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 something about beer. Blah, 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 they laugh so loudly, so the women can't tell that they're riddled with fear. So the women can't tell that they're riddled with fear. So the women can't tell that they're riddled with
All right, hi. I've got River of Snakes here at Alex Rocks today. Dave, Elissa, Raul, River of Snakes. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Actually
having
coming in.
us.
Thank you.
No Zoom.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Done with that.
And it's an honour, but it's exciting.
Very cool. Yeah. And look, I know some of you have been seeing a little more of each other than others. I
right.
believe, Dave, you haven't seen these guys for a few months.
It's been a couple of months.
Yeah.
Not by design.
It's felt like a couple of weeks,
It
really.
is really
whole
for me.
years felt like a couple of weeks.
But look, yes. So how's it rolling now? We're hopefully coming out of this crazy situation. Yeah. What's the
The plan?
plans?
Well, you know, I meant to make another film clip. Yeah, slowly. Yeah, I've been back at uni, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we'll get there. And then hopefully shows. I don't know when.
Yeah, we'll just take it as it comes. But
Take it as it comes, yeah.
we're really
Take anything that
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
our way so we can get out there again. I miss it so much. Yeah,
absolutely. It'll be
It's
nice.
really hard.
It'll be nice to just rehearse.
Yeah, it would
start
actually.
with.
Who would ever have
Just to
thought?
start with.
We don't
would say
rehearse.
Yeah, I
that?
know.
It'd be nice to just rehearse.
Yeah, I know.
Lug the gear out of the car.
Yeah.
into
Let
the
me lug
rehearsal
it.
room.
I'll lug it.
Heels, you know, all the things we've complained.
Look, Kim's in next week.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, Kim.
He is.
Say
My
hello.
guitar teacher. Ah,
Yeah.
Mr. Salmon.
yeah, Mr. Salmon.
He's my guitar teacher as well.
Is he?
Oh, wow.
By default.
Just listening to his stuff.
Nice
Yeah.
one. Yeah, very cool. All right, yes, well, yes, he is. Yeah. Oh, well, that's really cool. That's very interesting that, you're citing an influence like that, especially a local influence. Such a strong songwriter, of course. Yeah. But look, you know, it's
Kim is a huge influence, definitely.
On you in particular. Mm.
all right.
Yeah, you introduced me actually to the scientists. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Oh yeah. Serious stuff. Yeah. Scientific.
Yeah.
All over that. Yeah. No, very cool. Well, look, you know, we have Dave. Would you like to shout out to?
We're River of Snakes. You're going to watch our film clip Cool Like You from our album Sleight of Hand.
Yeah!
I've only got one face, but it's out of place. I've only got one look, but it's off the hook. I've only got this smile, but is it worth your while? 'Cause all the time I'm left here wondering if I'd be cool like you. Cool like you. Cool like you. I've only got one face, but it's out of place. I've only got one look, but it's off the hook. I've only got one smile. Is it worth your while? You just leave me wondering if I'd be cool like you. Cool like you. Cool like you.
I'm here with the great Jack Howard. You've
Suze.
hey, good long time no see, no play,
I know.
no fun, except for last Monday.
Yes, we finally had a gig. We finally had a gig, our first in, well, since March, really.
Yeah.
I had the most planned year that I've ever had of live gigs, from the Red Hot Summer Tour with Hunters.
Yeah, I know.
And a whole bunch of Bacharach shows, and then I had a CD and a book out, so I had a whole bunch of shows planned then. Epic Brass,
Yeah.
and all wiped out completely, of course.
In one night.
All over in one night. So we played at Dogs with the full band.
What did it feel like?
The other day. It was really good. We're all a little bit toey. Every musician that I've talked to feels a bit nervous. Like even Steve Hadley. I was talking to Steve the other night, who's one of the great Australian musicians.
Yeah, he's in about 260 bands, I believe.
And even he's been really toey about performing.
Fuck yeah.
And I've found the same thing myself, even having done this for 40 years, everyone's still like a bit on edge about it.
So you've had a very wonderful career.
Yeah, I've been lucky. Yeah, it's something that I feel I kind of lucked into a little bit with Hunters, because Hunters were a bit of an untraditional band to start.
Yeah,
they weren't just a 4 or 5 piece rock and roll band.
What do you mean? How so?
Well, they had percussion. They had Jeff Crosby on synthesizers. It had the choppy guitar. It had bass, but then I brought in trumpet and French horn and trombone. So it was not just a horn section, but it was a very unusual horn section for rock and roll. Because your typical soul section, or let's say a ska section, would be sax, trombone, trumpet.
Yeah.
So we had French horn, trombone, trumpet. So it was a very orchestral sound.
Yeah.
So it was very different right from the start. So even, if we're talking nuances of unusual instruments in rock and roll bands, well, French horn being a rock and roll band, was very unusual.
So you've started out with Hunters and Collectors, you've toured with Midnight Oil, and obviously, many other bands, including the great Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Was there, what point in your life did you go, okay, how did I get here?
I could ask myself, probably when I got to 60. No, well, actually, I mean, that was quite a big watershed moment, I guess, when Hunters broke up.
Yeah.
So Hunters broke up in 1998.
Yeah.
And I suppose I'd defined myself, I'd come to define myself as a hunter and collector.
Yeah.
Just as a, Keith Richard might be a Rolling Stone or etc. You really have that identity of the band.
Yeah.
When that was gone,
yeah,
it was like, ooh, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Is this actually what I'm meant to do?
Yeah.
Keep playing trumpet with rock and roll bands?
But,
or is there something else that I got completely diverted from that I'm going to go back into? And in fact, I did go back into teaching.
Yes.
But then that's when I formed my own first bands.
Which, working well with Epic Brass, the Long Lost Brothers.
So the Long Lost Brothers, I started putting my own records out with, I guess that was my version of my band.
Yeah.
Around 2001, 2002, Nicky Del Rey.
Yeah.
And these days with Ed Bates, Kel McAlpine, Rob Walker, and our long lost sister Fiona Lee Maynard as well.
Great Fiona Lee Maynard from Have a Nice Day.
Yes.
And now we're going to throw to one of your own videos, which is Let Me Live.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, look, I've had this song around for a long time. It's the tale of. I was lucky when I was in 80s bands around Melbourne.
Yeah.
Started at the Seaview Ballroom just downstairs from the Alex Theatre.
Yeah.
That was my very
first. And we're back virtually at the Espy.
That's right. So my very first gig with Hunters was supporting The Cure downstairs. So it was a phenomenal first gig. Phenomenal first gig.
That's hilarious.
And, I was very lucky to be in a band that kind of had a trajectory.
Yes,
we've got very successful. There's a lot of people who have been playing around St Kilda, great people who have been playing around St Kilda since then, and just under the radar, just playing around the bars, still there. And I guess this song, Let Me Live, is about that kind of performer.
And here is Jack Howard and the Long Lost Brothers with Let Me Live.
And the pool table he sits. He's a lovely man, he's got a heart of gold. He's dreaming of 1982 and the Seaview Ballroom. He's a lovely man, he's lost his short-term memory. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. still loves you, and you kiss him as a friend. He carries that kiss like a treasure, having to hold down in this dark corner. Outside the stars are shining, and a last tram rattles by. He's such a sweetheart, but don't let him take you down. And he sings hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Let me live, let me live, let me live, let me live, let me live. Strip searching for food and luck and a last song for the evening. Something blue, something emotional. That ghost down the road is a friend of mine. Be kind to the spirit of the night. Something blue, something emotional. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Let me live, let me live, let me live, let me live. He sings hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Que sera, que sera, que sera, que sera. Let me live.
Hey Olga, where are you coming from this week?
Hey guys, I'm just at a hula festival.
Wow, what? The hula what? Okay, looks like a lot of fun. Very cool.
Oh, I'm just spinning out, just checking out the local talent.
Do you have any idea what's coming up next week?
All right, so next week we have Riff Raiders, Locust, and the legendary Kim Savin.
Rock on, sister, and I'll see you next week.
See you guys, I'm just gonna go check out some bands down the road. Alex Rocks, woo!
Thanks for watching. That's it for us tonight. We'll see you next week for Alex Rock.
And it's good night from her.
It's good night from him.
Rock on, Australia.